Prison is a place where bad people go when they do bad things. Now I myself, I've never been in such a place for bad people, but I did once build a place like that, and I believe with my knowledge of the prison system, I'll be able to escape any prison within 3 days using 3 different approaches each day. So welcome to Central Perk, which is the prison we're going to be using to escape. Now typically, I use an older game from the early 2000s, but this time I'm actually using a game that's less than a year old, or maybe a year old, who knows, it's impossible to tell. So for our first attempt, we're going to be using all strength and brute force our way out of this prison. So I'll start by beating up some of these inmates, because you see, the idea behind a prison is pretty simple if you didn't know it. Prisons need inmates to make money, and if they don't have any inmates, because they're all hurt and in the hospital, that means the guards will have no one to guard. And very simply put, they'll be very bored and not paying attention. And I'll have the perfect way to escape because none of the guards are going to be paying good enough attention. Unfortunately for me, this prison's pretty well equipped with some medics, so it's not going to be that easy for me to escape this way, but the day isn't over yet, and I have some more brute force ideas. See, one thing about guards is that they all have keys, so all I have to do is take one of these guards down, take their keys, and stroll right out the door, and I'm on my way. Unfortunately though, it seems like guards only carry one key, and each key is specific to a certain door, and unfortunately this key isn't going to help me. Also, this little stunt has landed me in solitary confinement. Luckily for us, this prison also makes money by selling peeled potatoes, so if we peel some potatoes we can actually get out of solitary confinement quicker, which means we still have more time in the day to finish this up. So in my life I've watched a lot of TV, and no one fights better than Mr. James Tiberius Kirk, and it's time to copy his karate chop that one hit kills everyone. Who would have guessed it, but that actually didn't work, and so now the brute force day is out the window and it's on to a new idea. Now it's time to use our brains instead of our brawn, but the only issue here is my character, he's not the brightest bulb out there. But luckily, I'm an avid comic book reader in real life, and I can say that reading for hours on end will surely increase our smarts. So now, the character we have here is the smartest of the smarts, and I've also managed to plan out the perfect plan to use the smarts to escape. See? This prison has a huge design flaw, which is that the ventilation system is actually large enough for a grown man to fit inside and stand up perfectly. It's a good thing I'm as smart as I am because there's a lot of screwdriver types out there, and I mean with names like Phillips and Robertson and not something simple like Star or Weird Little Flat One, nobody's gonna know what kind of screwdriver they need to use to open up these vents, but I do thanks to my newfound knowledge. So through a bit of a mix-up, I've actually ended up in someone else's cell, and I mean, it's not ideal, but I've always wanted a roommate, and this might be the closest thing I ever get to it, so I may as well enjoy it while I can. Seems as though the guards made a little bit of a slip up though, as this gate was actually unlocked and I was able to walk right out of his cell. So now it's very simple, all we have to do is walk to the exit and get out of here. Unfortunately for us, it looks like they put up some kind of security camera in the front, and although it's green, we couldn't actually get through, and they sent a guard to come bring us to solitary confinement again. So it looks like being smart doesn't actually get you anywhere, so kids, drop out of school. So, you might be saying, alright, this guy's never getting out. He's wasted all 3 days now. He's on his 3rd day, and he's not anywhere closer than he was on his 1st day to get out of here. But, you're actually wrong when you say that. You see, you might have noticed there's actually a documentary crew walking around this place. And I myself am not your average inmate. No sir, I'm actually a part of the documentary crew. That's right, I've been undercover as an inmate to get the inside scoop of what it's really like as an inmate. And this whole time I've had a camera very subtly hidden inside of the last place you would look. That being my very subtle hat. So not only have I proved now that this prison is impossible to escape from and it's locked so tight that no one's ever going to be able to get out, but I've also gotten some amazing footage of what life is like inside of a prison, and I've learned such important things such as snitches get stitches. Thanks for watching the video this far along, and it's time for me to do my usual pandering thing, so we've actually reached the end of this video. So if you liked it, you can like it. If you disliked it, you can dislike it, but if you really want to, and you really liked it, you can share it, or you can even subscribe if you want to. But you don't have to, I'm not your boss. At the end of the day, you do what you want to do. I can't force you to do anything.